So how you doing? So today we're going to do the update for you. This is the big update I mentioned before, kind of moving into the next chapter of our lives. So yeah, let me kind of explain everything. There's a lot. So let me show you what's going on. We just moved like 6-8 months ago, and now we're moving again. So, we're going to do this 2 times in a row. It sucks. I am not looking forward to this at all. A lot of you guys that have been around for a while have seen video footage from here, but all you new guys, this is going to be your first time. So, hey, let me show you the new homestead. Alrighty. So there she is, the bright green, ugly house that we're going to call home. As you can see, way down yonder there, those are our neighbors. If you look down through here, it's nothing but fields, trees, and everything else. But this is the homestead that we're moving to. So it's a 5-bedroom house. This is the house I grew up in. So Dad passed away, and for almost 2 years now, this whole property thing's been kind of in limbo, if you know what I mean. Didn't know if we were going to buy it or sell it or what was going to happen. Basically, if we were going to sell the property for a whole, crazy, stupid number, then I would sell it. And I would just sell this and sell my other house, put all that together and buy myself a nice country home. But after a while, a lot of discussion between my brother and my sister, I'm buying those two out of their portions of the property. So this is going to be mine. Now I was going to buy a lathe, but the lathe purchase kind of got delayed a little bit because this kind of happened right in the middle of that whole business of me looking for a lathe. Like, this just landed on my lap one day because I didn't think I was going to get it. I figured one of the neighboring Amish people would get it, but it just kind of landed on my lap one day, and I said, okay, I'll buy it. And so we're actually, we got our first load of stuff here. So the move has started, guys. We're moving. That's our first load. We're going to start with all the odds and ends, all the junk. And as we're moving, I'm going to work at cleaning up the other house, getting some paint in it. Because a lot of the paint that's in that other house is, it's been there for 20 years. It looks awful. So I'm going to give it a quick paint job. And, as we get a room cleaned out, we move it out to here. That's kind of how we're doing it. Then once that room's done, I close it up and we live, with one rest room until, it's all done. Now I'm expecting to be here full time around April, maybe June, just because of the kids in school, the last 2 months of school. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm thinking around April we'll be here full time. But in the meantime, this is what's keeping me so busy, is getting this whole move done. Because I'm painting and all that stuff. The shed there, we built that. Me, my brother, a couple of friends, we built that. We were, I don't think any of us were 18. We were probably in that 16, 17-year-old range when we built that. Now everything you see in here, you see 75% of it's my brother's. Like this bay here would stay with the house. And then from those 2 bays there, that's pretty much all my brother's stuff. I'm not gonna... There's a couple of motorcycles here and stuff. This motorcycle's mine. That's his Harley, which it got wrecked. And then this stuff. That's pretty much all my brother's stuff. So it'll be leaving. We will be burning firewood here. And I'm going to set it up back here. This will be where I work it. Basically right here. I'll get a tractor load of logs right up the road here, drop them, and that's where I'll do my firewood work. Now this here field, this would be my property. If you follow the tree line around, that's, it's all mine. We just let our neighbor farmer come up and farm it so that we don't have to mow it. That's quite literally why you see a field there. Just so we don't have to mow it, you know? So here's a little view from this side. We have like a stone patio there, you know. One of the issues with this house is the heat. The heating was set up with a kidney furnace. So the way the heat duct and everything is ran, it's all done as a kidney furnace. And you know, the kidney furnace isn't in there anymore. It's an oil furnace now. But there's no heat duct ran to the second floor. See, back in the day when you had kidney furnaces and stuff, you didn't have to worry about it so much. You know, you just pump the heat in and she'll get it up there. But whenever you're running oil and stuff, you don't typically want to run your heat up that high. So I'm going to be looking at doing some changes to the heating here. I'm thinking about putting an outside furnace in. It'd probably be sitting right over in this general area. And then I'd just put some logs here, maybe to cut them up and feed the outside furnace. Might do that. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But yeah, this is going to be the new homestead. This is where you'll be seeing us this summer and, you know, enjoying life. There is one main road way down yonder. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but every once in a while you'll hear a car drive by. But yeah, this is it. A whole bunch of fields. I got so many stories from this property. You know, I spent so much time here. You know, like the roof on that house, that's there because the house caught on fire. You know, that happened when I was in my 20s, early 20s. The house caught on fire. And that's why the new roof is there. It burnt the attic out. But, you know, there's a whole lot of stories I could tell you about this property. And, you know, we will talk about it in the future. But I figured I'd give you this official video, kind of give you a little sightseeing tour here of what the property is like. Now, as far as making videos, you know, we'll still be making videos. But until I moved in here, the chainsaw videos might be a little, you know, not as many, because I'm going to be so busy. I'm just now getting over the sickness. It's been 2 weeks since I've done anything, like literally nothing. I got to be careful how much I move around stuff because I lose my breath from, you know, I just haven't been able to breathe right. But it's coming back now. But yeah, I haven't done anything for the last 2 weeks because of that. I was in pretty rough shape. We were actually going to bring this load out last weekend, but I was just too sick to do it. I just started feeling a little better over the last couple of days. It was rough. That was a rough spell there, I'll tell you. But, you know, videos, they're still going to come. Probably not as many. Internet out here does not exist right now. The only thing we got here that we could get is a dish. And, you know, Dish's internet service isn't the best. So we'll see. Starlink's an option, but there is no cable TV run at all. There is a phone line ran, but it hasn't been hooked up in a very long time. If I want to make a call on the cell phone, I might have to do it from here in the driveway. Some days it'll work in the house, and other days I have to be standing out in the driveway to get it to work. So, you know, might have to put a booster in for that. But, you know, the new homestead. Here, let me show you another view here. It's kind of our favorite view. So this is probably my favorite view from the property. You know, the septic tank sits right here. In fact, the lid is like right there. We have to pump it out every 3 years. Right there where those bushes are, that used to be gray water. So it had the septic tank, and then it had the separate gray water, just like a rock bed where all the dirty water went into. We eliminated that, and we're now putting it all into the septic tank. So, you know, I'm probably gonna rip all that out and cover it up and get it planted green, you know. But so many things to do here on the new homestead, you know. whenever spring gets here and everything turns green, it's freaking awesome out here. You can't even hardly see these buildings, let alone most of those houses down through there, you know? Nice little view. A lot of hummingbirds out here. Dad used to put hummingbird feeders here at this porch, and he'd sit here on the porch and watch the hummingbirds come in. Now, one of the things you guys are probably noticing about the house, she's old. You can see the old windows. They're single pane with these storm windows on them. They've been there for as long as I can remember. Not all of them have the storm windows. Like these ones here, they're just the single pane windows, nothing for storm windows. So, you know, there's going to be work to be done. Definitely. The paint is probably the ugliest shade of green you can imagine. There's actually a story behind that. Whenever the house caught on fire and Dad, you know, was getting the house repainted after that, whenever they went and bought the paint, it was supposed to be green, but it wasn't supposed to be this shade of green. And they mixed it wrong. Dad told the guy to go ahead and use it. And that's what the house came out looking like. It's awful. But that's Dad, you know. He didn't like seeing that paint go to waste. Said go ahead and paint it. But we'll end up taking care of that ourselves. Here's Cody. Hi. What do you think? The new home. You like the new property?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because I won't get kidnapped.
You won't get kidnapped?
Yeah.
You afraid of living in the city? Yeah. Well, check this out. Dad got this from where he worked. He worked at this place for 41 years. And
I can already see where it's burnt, too.
This has been sitting here for, I couldn't tell you how long. It's a place that made feed for livestock.
A very long time.
Yep, very long time. But they made feed for livestock, and that's what Dad did for 41 years. So there we go. A little video on the new property. Cody down here playing. And this is the update that we've been waiting on. I didn't think it was going to happen, but she's happening. So, you know, the workshop, it's basically got a lot of work to do. We got to get moved in here. I got to put concrete in there, you know, put the wood burner in there, put doors on it, put a wall up. I'm basically going to wall off that first bay, turn it into the workshop, and then leave the other two bays open. That's what I'm going to do there. But, yeah, I got to put concrete in there and everything. We got a lot of work to do. So, hey, hope you enjoyed the first video of the new...
Bye, everybody.
You want to say bye?
Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the first video of the new homestead. So, hey, catch you in the next one. Later.